For years, SpongeBob SquarePants has been the symbol of joy, laughter, and endless childhood memories. But hidden beneath the bright colors and goofy jokes is a truth darker than anyone imagined. What if Bikini Bottom isn't just a silly underwater town, but the last remnant of a world destroyed by fire? A world where radiation turns sea creatures into something more, something human-like, something cursed. Tonight, we dive deep into the chilling theory that SpongeBob's home is the result of nuclear war. And once you know the truth, you'll never laugh at SpongeBob the same way again. The name itself holds the first clue. Bikini Bottom directly connects to Bikini Atoll, a real island scarred forever by nuclear tests. This wasn't a harmless experiment. These bombs were some of the most powerful explosions in human history. Entire villages vanished, coral reefs shattered, and radiation sank deep into the sea. From the ashes of these blasts, legends say, something new was born. Between 1946 and 1958, the US dropped more than 20 nuclear bombs on Bikini Atoll. The explosions were so powerful they were brighter than the sun, vaporizing ships and islands alike. Animals died instantly, but some didn't die at all. Instead, they changed. Their bodies warped, their cells twisted. The ocean became a breeding ground for mutations, and SpongeBob's world may be one of them. Generations of families were forced to leave their homes. But the ocean couldn't escape the poison. Every wave carried radiation deeper, every coral reef absorbed the fire of mankind. Beneath the waves, something unnatural was taking shape, a town no one was supposed to see. Why do the creatures of Bikini Bottom behave like humans? They drive boats, they work in restaurants, they celebrate holidays. It's absurd. Unless they were once ordinary sea life, mutated by nuclear fallout. SpongeBob may not just be a sponge. He may be the child of radiation itself. Patrick Star, SpongeBob's best friend, is often portrayed as dim-witted and slow. But what if this isn't just comedy? What if Patrick's brain is the tragic result of radiation damage? A mind scarred by forces no living creature was meant to endure. And then there's Squidward. Bitter, miserable, endlessly hopeless. He plays his clarinet as if trying to drown out the voices in his head. But his sadness may not just be personality. It may be mutation. Radiation scars not just the body, but the soul. And Squidward may be the embodiment of that suffering. Mr. Krabs, greedy, obsessive, forever chasing money. His mutation may not have been physical, but psychological. A mind poisoned by endless hunger. The bombs may have twisted not just creatures, but their very desires. Plankton is perhaps the clearest proof of mutation. A microscopic organism with intelligence far beyond its kind. But brilliance born from radiation is never stable. His genius is paired with madness, obsession, and rage. Even Sandy Cheeks, the land creature, adds to the mystery. She lives in a dome, separated from the ocean, always in a suit. Why? Because she knows the truth. The water is toxic, poisoned, unsafe. Sandy isn't just a scientist. She's a survivor. The jellyfish of Bikini Bottom glow like neon lamps. They sting, they swarm, they hum with strange energy. But these are no ordinary jellyfish. They carry the marks of radiation creatures turned electric by mankind's fire. Even their beauty hides danger. Everywhere in Bikini Bottom, small clues whisper the same truth. A pineapple house under the sea. Burgers that never rot. Boats that drive like cars, yet float on the seabed. This isn't nature, it's mutation disguised as comedy. Even the Krabby Patty, the heart of Bikini Bottom, is suspicious. What is it really made of? Some say it's fish, others something unspoken. But one thing is certain, it was born from an ocean poisoned by fallout. Food in a world that should be uninhabitable. Nickelodeon never confirmed this directly, but they never denied it either. Instead, they left breadcrumbs, hints, symbols, and a name that ties back to the darkest chapter of history. Perhaps it was their way of hiding truth in plain sight. Some fans laugh at this theory, saying it's too dark for a kids show. But why else connect Bikini Bottom to Bikini Atoll? Of all the names in the world, they chose the one tied to nuclear fire. That is not coincidence. That is intent. SpongeBob's endless laughter takes on new meaning under this lens. It's not just joy, it's denial. The smile of a creature warped by fire, who knows nothing of the tragedy above. The mask of comedy hiding the scars of catastrophe. Patrick's emptiness is no longer funny. It's heartbreaking. A mind that cannot remember, cannot process, cannot heal. The shadow of a brain touched by forces far beyond its control. Squidward's sadness is not a joke either. It is the cry of a survivor who cannot escape. His clarinet is his only escape. Music played against the silence of a poisoned ocean. Every note a scream disguised as melody. Plankton's obsession is a mirror of mankind's own greed. He is the smallest creature with the biggest hunger. Always chasing power, never satisfied, never learning. Just like the humans who dropped the bombs. Sandy knows the truth. Why else would she live in a dome, sealed away from the ocean? Why else wear a suit, always keeping the water out? because she knows the ocean is poisoned, and she refuses to let it touch her. Every character is a symptom. Together, they form a society that should not exist. Happy on the surface, broken underneath. A world of smiles built on top of silence. The ocean hides everything we fear. But this time, it hides our own mistakes. SpongeBob is not just a sponge. He is the echo of mankind's destruction, laughing in the ruins we left behind. History confirms it. Bikini Atoll is still uninhabitable. Radiation lingers in its waters, even after decades. And yet, in fiction, we imagine life thriving there, mutated, laughing, surviving. What if SpongeBob is more than a cartoon? What if he is a warning? A reminder of what happens when humanity toys with fire too powerful to control. A smiling face built on our darkest legacy. The more you look, the harder it becomes to laugh. The pineapple, the jellyfish, the Krabby Patty, all signs of a world warped by fire. Comedy masking tragedy. Joy hiding sorrow. But maybe that is the point. Maybe SpongeBob exists to make us laugh, so we don't see the darkness beneath. Maybe his endless joy is the shield we all need against the pain of what we've done. The truth may never be spoken by Nickelodeon. But we don't need them to say it. The clues are there. The name is there. And the shadows of fire are everywhere in Bikini Bottom. Some theories fade with time. But this one lingers, because it connects fiction to history. Because it shows that even in cartoons, truth cannot be buried. In Bikini Bottom may be the darkest truth of them all. The sea remembers. Every drop of water carries the memory of the blasts. And perhaps, through SpongeBob, we remember too. That laughter is not always innocent. Sometimes it is born from pain. The bombs were real. The radiation was real. And the scars of Bikini Atoll will never fully heal. But through SpongeBob, we see what could have been, a world of mutants, living in the ruins of mankind's fire. What if SpongeBob's laughter is not just comedy, but survival? The only way to endure a poisoned world is to keep smiling, to keep laughing, to never stop. Because if you stop, you see the truth, and it's too much to bear. This theory doesn't just change SpongeBob. It changes how we see childhood itself. Even the brightest shows may hide shadows. Even the happiest characters may be born from tragedy. The ocean is vast, endless, and mysterious. But in Bikini Bottom, mystery takes a darker form. A reminder that what we laugh at today may be the scar of yesterday. And SpongeBob may be the happiest tragedy ever told. Some say it's coincidence. Others say it's a hidden warning. But one thing is certain: once you see the connections, you can never unsee them. Bikini Bottom is not just a cartoon town. It is a graveyard that laughs. So next time you watch SpongeBob flip a Krabby Patty or blow bubbles, remember the shadows beneath the sea. Remember Bikini Atoll. Remember the fire. And ask yourself, was SpongeBob born from laughter, or from the ashes of the bomb? The truth may never be spoken. But in every laugh, the echo of Bikini Bottom's nuclear past still lingers.